Coming up, downtown after dark during a Big Ten football weekend.
And a jaw-dropping musical celebrates 50 years of thrills with audiences here in Iowa City.
Floyd is staying home. The Hawks run up the score on Minnesota.
Fall fun and temperatures are here to stay. I have your full forecast for the week coming up in weather.
All that and more
coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. It is Monday, October 27th. I'm Julia Rhodes.
And I'm Kenna Murtis.
And the third member of our team, Kibeti Mutumba, is live outside down by the river to tell us today's weather story. Kibeti, are we going to get some warmer temperatures this week?
You guys, I cannot tell you things are warming up. It is the end of October, and I really hope parents brought their kids coats for family weekend because they're going to need them. It's currently 42 degrees outside, and I'm definitely feeling it. Let's take a look out at that Pentacrest camp. Today's going to top out at 62 degrees, and then tonight things will drop down to 44, and grab those rain jackets tomorrow morning because there looks to be a 75% chance of rain, with temps topping out at 55 degrees. And those fall colors are definitely popping, and it is getting colder, but it's still cold enough to enjoy. I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Iowa had a big win over the weekend against Minnesota, and fans from both teams filled downtown.
And DITV's Hannah Fideli is live outside to tell us the experience tagging along with Iowa City Police Department.
That's right, ladies. I'm live in the Ped Mall, where it was eerily quiet this morning before construction started behind me. And Saturday night looked way different and was surprisingly a lot louder. Now, I had another opportunity to ride along with the Iowa City Police Department, this time see what they deal with after a Big Ten Saturday night.
Drunk crowds, loud music, and packed bars. This is just the tip of the iceberg for what ICPD expects on a Big Ten Saturday night. This time, I rode along with Officer Jordan Shuck. He responded to a bar call, made an arrest, dealt with several traffic violations, responded to a fight, and several locations for thefts. And to him, this was an easier night than what he would have expected. The night started out quick, responding to a fight at Reunion, and then getting right back out of the car for another fight at Reunion. And compared to the last arrest I witnessed, this exchange was pretty tame, but there were still some words being fired at officers.
You just got to let it roll off your shoulder and stuff and let it go through one ear and out the other, and you just don't let it get to you. You know, it's something that, like, you know, you're probably going to get insulted going into this job. So you just got to have a little bit of a backbone and just not let it bother you.
After that, we drove across town to help other officers responding to a noise complaint and possible fight.
And then before he walks in, he says a smart remark. He's claiming he's going to beat my ass. So I got to retaliate, you know, hit him with the 1-2. Then he went back inside, right? We're walking away. He comes out, smacks my boy in the face.
I was surprised that the officers were pretty friendly and able to have normal conversations with their subjects, all while still being able to do their job.
Stains are no joke. Let's take a look.
Cool to see some of the other things they do than just respond to bars. And I thought it was kind of fun how he was able to just have a normal conversation with the guy in the backseat while waiting for the jailers. From the Ped Mall, Hannah Fideli, DITV Arts and Culture.
And preparations for the 2026 U.S. House elections are in full swing. Republican Congresswoman Mariannette Miller Meeks is running against Democratic candidate Christina Bohannon for the third time.
Miller Meeks hosted her annual Triple M tailgate, greeting supporters and addressing her priorities for the upcoming term. DITV's Liz Schultz joins us live in the newsroom with the latest update on the Congresswoman's re-election campaign.
Well, Julia and Kenna, Mariannette Miller Meeks says she's not backing down. One of the many things her campaign continues to emphasize is working families' tax benefits as well as keeping the government open. A Hawkeye tailgate, but with a political twist. Congresswoman Mariannette Miller Meeks hosted her annual Triple M tailgate, mixing football spirit with re-election campaign energy.
I want to thank all of you for giving me the honor and privilege to be your Congresswoman.
Dozens came out to Streb Construction in Iowa City, but it wasn't just local supporters. Big-name Iowa representatives stopped by to rally in support.
Congresswoman Dr. Miller Meeks is a rock star. she will always do right by Iowa.
Representative Bobby Kaufman, who emceed both this and last year's event, is also a strong supporter of Miller Meeks.
In Marionette Miller Meeks, we have the hardest working, in my opinion, no offense to anybody else, Congresswoman in the entire country.
Miller Meeks says these events are key to getting voters fired up before next November. She addressed her accomplishments in Washington and even something here about Hawkeye football.
We never back down. I'm like the defensive line of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And one of the many things Miller Meeks addressed included the government shutdown, which she says Democrats are still not doing enough about.
I don't like Democrats shutting down the government over something that they could not get done when they had the House, the Senate, and the White House.
And we are still 27 days into the government shutdown, and as that battle continues, local leaders are looking for their own solutions, including new ideas for local sales tax. Voters in Iowa City, Coralville, and North Liberty will soon decide on a 1% sales tax increase that could help pay for affordable housing. If it passes, the tax would start in July 2026 and bring in about $22 million a year. Voters will decide this November. Back to you guys in the studio.
And the State Historical Society of Iowa has been ordered to stop removing archives from the Iowa City building. On October 6th, the state planned to take 40% of the archives collection to Des Moines and leave the rest in Iowa City. But this ignores a lawsuit filed arguing that the closure violates Iowa law. Those filing the lawsuit argue that Iowa law says the state is required to have a facility in both Des Moines and Iowa City. But after an order issued by an Iowa judge Thursday, the removals are now being paused today. The courts are still in discussion on what's next.
Downtown Iowa City real estate scene hit a major turning point. This weekend, 3 foreclosed downtown Iowa City properties worth over $26 million will be put up for auction. The Chauncey Plaza Towers and Park at 201 are being closed due to unpaid mortgages dating back to February. Green State Federal Union sued the developers and others who were involved with the buildings. Green State lawyers mentioned both sides have attempted to renegotiate the debates over a year, but have not been successful. The sheriff's sale is set to take place in November.
Iowa City is welcoming a new merger for financial groups. Nicollet National Bank is merging with local Midwest One Financial Group. This will be Nicollet's first time having business in Iowa, with the deal valued at over $860 million. There are no branches anticipated to close, only expansion of banks to Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, Colorado, Florida, and Iowa.
A taste celebration with Nepal culture right here on campus. DITV's Linda Lacco gives us a look into sharing the traditions with this community.
Namaste, Dasai Rai Tihar ko Subha Kamanana, or in other words, Happy Dasai and Tihar, a holiday celebrated in Nepal, as the Nepali Student Association brings these holidays to Iowa City.
NSA combines these two holidays into one, as this celebration is all about family, friends, and a little bit of storytelling.
Dasai is the story of like Ram, which is like a god or like a deity, and it's the story about how he like defeated this monster.
For Tihar, it is essentially like the festival of lights, like Deepavali. It celebrates the winning of good versus evil.
The event started off with the Nepali national anthem and continued with performances from the public and the University a cappella group Iowa Agni.
It's really fun to like share this culture with other people because it's fun and like you get to dance and get like free food.
Attendees indeed made their way to the food buffet as they were served a variety of Nepali food.
But I think getting to have more buttered chicken. The campus is a little spicy, but there's a reason my friend and I are taking some home tonight.
Not only that, the event provided the public with a special performance by the NSA Executive Board.
I like learning about different cultures, especially ones like that my friends have.
By sharing their culture, the NSA presented a play called the Ramayana, a Hindu epic about Prince Rama who rescues his wife Sita from the demon king Ravana with the help of a Hanuman and a monkey army. The story highlights themes of the duty, righteousness, and the triumph of good over evil.
I think it's beautiful how you can celebrate it with anyone and anywhere and still like bring the culture of your people here.
For many Nepali students, the celebration offers a comforting reminder of home. From the Iowa Memorial Union, Linda Lacco, DITV Arts and Culture.
A cult classic came alive here in Iowa City. Morgan Burhans shows us how Rocky Horror Pictures show's flashy performance keeps audiences full of energy.
Iowa City brought a sold-out crowd to the Englert Theater to celebrate the Rocky Horror Picture Show 50th year running, and they did it in true Rocky Horror style.
The audience comes in costumes with props ready to shout back during the show, and boy did Iowa City come prepared for some fun.
This is my first time and I'm super excited. I wanted my first time to be special.
And it was special indeed. An audience member got a big surprise. And besides the crowd's excitement over a marriage proposal, they are also excited to celebrate the show's 50th year running.
I've been a fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show since I was in 6th grade. I watch it every year. It's a tradition.
After receiving bad reviews, a producer decided to try and air the show at midnight. And here in Iowa City, the Englert followed that tradition.
I think it's really cool that it's at midnight because it's the whole movie is really spooky.
I think it makes it so unique and special. There's just something about it being so late that there's a certain amount of dedication from the people who come.
With Rocky Horror being one of the first controversial performances in the 70s, today it has created a home for the LGBTQ+ community to freely express themselves.
Something that's so blatantly queer and kind of weird and something like that, to have this kind of consistent running is probably a lot of people's awakenings, or just realizing it's a community to be a part of.
Community it is. From the Englert Theater, Morgan Burhans, DITV Arts and Culture.
And coming up later, after 2 years, revenge is served at Kinnick Stadium. Soccer wraps up the regular season and field hockey hosts Senior Day. All that and more after the break.
Stories occur every day, and here at DITV, we've got you covered with up-to-date news and politics.
We are anxiously waiting for those votes for not only the national election, but here in District 1.
Community members protest and stand for science. Keeping highlights and scores with Hawkeye Sports.
Advancing to the quarterfinals, Iowa looks to boost their overall placement and their way into the semis.
It's Iowa's second road win of the season, first since September 21st.
And of course, all the latest in entertainment.
Sit back, relax, and here's the word on the street. I'm here at the Alan McVeigh Theater, where a unique performance.
Here at DITV, we've got a crew bringing you all the stories from across the nation and right here in your backyard.
From the Iowa State Fair.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
From downtown Iowa City. From Carver Hawkeye Arena.
And bringing all the coverage straight to you live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Around the University of Iowa and Iowa City community, we have the stories that matter to you here at DITV.
Welcome back to DITV on this marvelous Monday morning.
But first, let's take a look back outside with Kabeti for the forecast of the week ahead.
Well, Julia, Kenna, I wouldn't bring those Ugg boots out just yet because we're in that time of year where it gets a little bit wet. And I know those water stains are no joke. Let's take a look back out at that Pedicrest cam. Wednesday, grab those umbrellas because we are looking at a 90% chance of rain with highs in the upper 50s. Thursday, those cloudy skies will go away and we'll see sunshine with temperatures around 50 degrees. And then going into Halloween on Friday, we could expect lows in the upper 30s and highs in the mid 50s for the spooky night. Saturday will look like the rest of the week with temps in the 50s. And then to wrap things up on Sunday, we will have highs in the upper 50s. And you guys, I'm really looking forward to having it make sense for me to have a piping hot cup of tea. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, guys, with those cooler temperatures, it looks like the football was really hot this weekend.
Oh yeah, the temps may have been a little bit chilly, but the offense was hot as the Iowa Hawkeyes finally became full eligible with their win over Minnesota. DITV's Jake Rios and Colin Carruthers have the details on how the game went down.
With the Floyd of Rosedale back in Kinnick Stadium, many expected a close rivalry between Minnesota, but instead it turned out to be a complete massacre.
Iowa wasted no time on the opening drive. Mark Wineski kicks things off with a rushing touchdown. Then it's Minnesota quarterback Drake Lindsay picked off by Zach Redmond, his second interception of the season, and he runs it in for a pick six. The Hawks led by 17-0 at the end of the first quarter.
We felt confident coming into this game. Obviously, we scored on defense, scored on special teams, scored on offense. So, I mean, that's just great complementary football that we've been playing a lot recently.
The momentum didn't stop. Mark Wineski fires from 29 yards out, and it's Reese Vanderzee catching a touchdown over a former Hawkeye for the first receiving touchdown against a Big Ten opponent this season. The Hawks will continue to dominate and hold a 41-3 victory over Minnesota. The players hope to continue the momentum despite having a bye week next.
There's always something we can do better, even though they might not hit something, there might have been something open. So we got to see what we can correct, what gaps we can fill better. So just coming back and then using that momentum to go from the bye week and then on to the next week.
With so much scoring out of the Iowa Hawkeyes, a lot of their players found themselves pushing into the records.
Yeah, it wasn't just massive numbers on the scoreboard. The individuals in this game as well were stellar. Touchdowns from all three phases, turnovers, sacks. This game had it all. 2 seasons ago, it was this play from Cooper DeJean called back due to an invalid fair catch. This time, it was Caden Weegan finding the end zone, avenging his former teammate, and now tying the school record for most combined return touchdowns in a career with 5.
And I was really close to fair catching that too, so I was hoping I kind of put my hand up. I was like, oh God, don't do it again. But thankfully it was a touchdown.
Reese Vanderzee also collected his first touchdown of the season in dramatic fashion, hauling in Mark Gronowski's first passing touchdown in conference play. Also on closer look, this stunning grab was over Iowa transfer John Nestor.
I love John to death. That dude is a great guy, and I wish him all the best, so I miss him for sure.
With the lead growing at a phenomenal rate, backup QB Jeremy Heck-Lindsey got some snaps and took advantage of it with his first touchdown in the black and gold, and the final blow as Iowa lifted Floyd once again. Well, Jake, now the goal for Iowa is to figure out how to hold on to that momentum, because in a couple weeks, they're going to be going for a big upset.
That's right. They're going to be playing Oregon again here at home. From Kinnick Stadium, Jake Rios.
Colin Crothers.
DITV Sports.
And Sunday marked the conclusion of the regular season for Iowa women's soccer and the rest of the Big Ten. Iowa traveled to Bloomington and played Indiana in a gritty 2-0 win. Sophia Bush found the breakthrough goal for Iowa in the 73rd minute, slotting the ball into the bottom left of the net. And Millie Greer added another for insurance before things went final. And now looking ahead to the Big Ten tournament, Iowa will play Wisconsin in the first round on Saturday at 3:30 Central. If they win that game, they'll move on to the semifinals the following Thursday in St. Louis. And Senior Day gave Iowa field hockey fans a lot to cheer about as the Hawkeyes shut out number 13 Michigan on Sunday afternoon. Iowa broke a scoreless tie in the third quarter with a penalty corner goal from the nation's leading scorer Dion Van Alsum. The final nail was put in the coffin when Iowa scored again in the final minute. The Hawkeyes' regular season concludes at Iowa State. And now we've arrived at the best time of the week. It is time for our top 5 plays. Starting at number 5, we head over to Indiana for some soccer as Sophia Bush receives a pass from Shane Doherty, pokes it into the bottom corner to break the tie with the Hoosiers. And now at number 4, Zach Lutmer makes a big-time play. Drake Lindsay stares on the receiver the whole way. Lutmer jumps it, has blockers in front, slips a tackle, and slithers his way into the end zone. And now at number 3, we have volleyball. And we have a no-look snake eye. Drops it into no man's land, Claire Amaral. Michigan State was not ready for that. And at number 2, it is Caden Weegan. The first Iowa-Minnesota game at Kinnick since the Cooper DeJean fair catch. What's more poetic than a punt return for a touchdown? This time it counts though, making it 31-0 early in the second quarter. And for number 1, we have Gronowski, play action, throws up a jump ball to 6'4" Reese Vanderzee, guarded by former Hawkeye John Nestor. Vanderzee mosses him, and it is his first passing touchdown for Gronowski versus a Power 4 team, and his first one since UMass. And I'll tell you what, guys, those are some great top plays. The Hawks were moving into all-black uniforms in football, looking like some black cats out there.
Absolutely. And looking at cats, claws out. For all of our cat lovers, this one is for you. Today is National Black Cat Day. And speaking of cats, if you take a look at our screen, you can see our very own Liz Schultz cat, Peep. Today is to celebrate their beauty and raise awareness for these cats as they often have a negative reputation. She's so cute, guys. Look at her. And thank you so much for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We're here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 a.m. online anytime at dailyiowan.com.
For all of us here, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday morning right here on DITV.